Hi guys and good evening and welcome back to the second race of the evening. So obviously this was the feature race from Monday. Reverse top 10 grid as always. So we've got Yannick lining up on pole with Perry there in second place. We've got Kellen in third. Racing Green is in fourth. Capel starting in fifth. Viking Dog in sixth. Lattice in seventh. Zico will start in eighth. Alessandro in ninth. BX in 10th. Autoration in 11th. Astro in 12th. Anonymous starts in 13th. Tintin in 14th. And CMP starts in 15th place. And I think we've lost Kep. So I think Kep dropped out in the first race, not making it back for this one. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Reverse top 10 grid. Yannick will take us down to turn one for the first time in this evening as the klaxon sounds. We can't see too many moves being made yet in the background. Obviously the rolling grid normally keeps everybody a little bit more reserved into turn one on the first lap. Everybody will start to close up throughout this first lap, as you would expect. So Yannick still in control of the race at the moment. Actually starting to create a little bit of breathing space over Perry back in second place. We've got Kellen there in third now, Racing Green in fourth, Capel in fifth, Viking Dog sixth, Lattice in seventh. As Perry... Wait, did Perry get... No, I think Racing Green actually getting the move done there on Perry, on Kellen, sorry. So Kellen drops down into fourth place with half a second's penalty, just as an insult to injury. He's going to drop now behind Capel and behind Viking Dog. Oh, Viking Dog with a second's worth of penalty there. That's going to hurt him as well. He's going to drop down the order. Racing Green, though, on a bit of a charge in this first stages of this second race of the evening, the feature race, as they're going to attempt to go three wide, are they? Maybe into the bus stop. Yannick covers off the inside line, but actually loses two positions there. Perry up into the lead. Racing Green up into second place. Racing Green, though, with the better exit here. Is he going to take the lead of the race here? And he actually does, so he manages to slot up the inside there through the final turn. Takes the lead before the start finish. Perry now under trouble from Yannick. Yannick might be able to get back up the inside into turn one. No, he actually just runs into his bumper ever so slightly there. Bit of a concertina between these three cars. But Racing Green now free to try and scamper off into the sunset. Try and leave these two for dust if he can. The top three have now broken away from the rest of the pack. That's Lattice now up into fourth place. So he's gone from seventh up to fourth. It's a great start from him. Then we've got Capel now in fifth. We have Zico in sixth. Kellen's in seventh. Viking Dog, oh that was Alessandro, sorry, Alessandro eighth. Viking Dog in ninth. Oh, BX getting shuffled out wide by one of the Porsches there. That's Astro trying to go up his inside. He's actually got a second's worth of penalty. Tintin up to 10th now. Astro's there in 11th. BX is down to 12th. And he's going to lose a couple more places once he serves that penalty. He's surely going to drop behind Anonymous, drop behind CMP, and he does. So, not actually into last place because Auto somehow, some way off the rest of the field. But BX, what happened to BX? Was he got that penalty, but was he caught up in an instant somewhere? However, Racing Green still in the lead. And what can he do on that medium compound tyre? Because I believe everybody else around him at the moment looking like they're on the hards. We'll have a quick look. So we've got Racing Green obviously on the medium compound. We have Perry on hards. Yannick is on hards. Lattice is on hards. Capel is on hards. Zico hards. Kellen, Alessandro, Viking Dog. So they're all on hards. Tintin, however, on mediums. And then we have Astro on hards. CMP is on hards, Anonymous, BX and Autoration all on hard tyres. So only two drivers opting for the mediums in this first stint, the two Peugeot drivers. And Racing Green putting in purple sectors at the moment. He's already got the fastest lap in this race as it stands. Is he going to be able to improve on that? It's currently at 119.6. And And he does 119.618 that time round. It was a 681 before. So he's now pulling out a nice bit of breathing space, a nice bit of a gap over Perry there in second place, who actually, yeah, he's a second at least ahead of Yannick. I think Yannick has just dropped out of that slipstream range. Lattice, after that great start, still managing to hold on to fourth place at the moment. Zico not giving him too much trouble. Obviously the reigning Tier 1 champion, currently sat in third in the standings. Only just been overtaken by Racing Green and BX Royal. But he had a really good start to the season, didn't he? He's not far behind the leader, so it's very, very close indeed between the top three. So Zico still chasing down Lattice. Will he be close enough as they approach the bus stop for the fourth time? No, I don't think he is. So closing up, under braking, but still not close enough to be able to get that move done. He will sit in fifth place for the meantime. Capel there now in sixth. Oh, and Alessandro around the outside there of Kellen. It looked like 3 wide now. Down the hill into the final turn. Viking Dog manages to get ahead of Kellen. I think that's Tintin. Tintin's managed to pull ahead of him as well momentarily. Is he going to get it to stick as they come into turn 1? And he does. Kellen trying to fight back though, but he's also got Astro not too far behind him now. And this train from Alessandro back to, I think that's CMP I can see. Very close indeed between these guys. I think Zico may have caught up to Lattice. Lattice Jr. being chased down by Zico. Will Zico be close enough this time round as they come to the bus stop? Will he be able to go for a move? His fastest times are on par with Racing Greens at the moment. So yeah, Lattice is having to go defensive. He's having to hold that inside line. Is Zico going to go for a late move? Oh, he tries to go for a move around the outside, but Lattice closed him off. There was a tiny bit of contact there. Lattice just shutting the door. Nowhere for Zico to go. I think he realised just at the last minute and still gave Zico room, but by that time Zico wasn't going to be able to get the move done. Still looking for a move to Zico into turn 1 now. He's going to go have a look up the inside. Lattice with a good hold around. Oh no, Lattice, he's just drifted off onto the grass. He went ever so deep into turn 1. That's lost him a place to Capel now as well. He's down to 6th place. Viking Dog not far behind him. Literally just dipping a pixel of wheel onto the grass there, almost spun him around, but he managed to save it. Lost a position to Capel. Zico now up to 4th place, trying to chase down the top 3, which is still Racing Green, Perry and Yannick. Looks like Yannick might be starting to close. In fact, no, I think the gap to Racing Green's just opened up, hasn't it? I think that gap is fairly consistent between Perry and Yannick at this stage. So Zico there in 4th place. Capel is now in 5th. Lattice is there in 6th. Lattice trying to make a comeback now. He's going to be able to retake that 5th place from Capel. Still showing confidence after that error the lap before. Manages to get it right that time. Viking Dog dicing with the outside curb there. Just flirted with the grass as he tries to close that gap up ahead to Lattice. Maybe try and put some pressure onto the debut driver. But I think he might be close enough this time round to maybe go for a move. He's definitely in the slipstream. And he is, he's having a look up the inside. He's going to be later on the brakes. There's a tiny little nudge there, and he is. He managed to get that move, so Lattis now down to 7th place. After that cracking start, just dropping a few positions. Now he's under pressure from Tintin. Tintin wants a bit of the action as well. What can Tintin do? Lattis now covering it off the inside, but then... that's good driving there, good defending. Who's that? It's Capel. Capel's off. Capel's off and onto the grass. He's hemorrhaged a lot of positions there. He's lost a lot of positions. So we were on board with Tintin, who's now being chased by Kellen. Tintin was all over the back of Lattis. In fact, he's managed to close that gap back up once again. I think he's aware that Kellen is closing. Doesn't want to give him the opportunity to be able to set a move up. Trying to maintain that distance. No changes at the front as yet. So we've got Racing Green still in first. Perry is there in second. Yannick in third. Zico in fourth. Viking Dog currently sat in fifth. And we're on board with Lattis at the moment with Debutant. Making his debut here in Tier 1. Tintin maybe starting to suffer a little bit of tyre wear. He might be having to go into tyre management phase. But still closing up onto the back of Lattis into the windy S section. We'll call it the Snake. I think it might actually be called the Snake. Oh, as he almost gets caught out under braking there, or Kellen almost got caught out under braking. I think the McLaren maybe just a little bit better on the brakes than the Peugeot, and not showing any damage to the front of that McLaren, so I don't think there was contact made. As Tintin has now closed up onto the back of Lattis. Is he going to be able to go for a move into the bus stop? And he pulls out to the inside now. Lattis holds the inside for the exit. Tintin looking for the better exit. And I think he's managed to get it done. He's going to be on the inside now for the final turn. And he does indeed get it done. Kellen's trying to make the most of it as well. He's trying to come up Lattis inside, but now he's had to switch back behind to get the toe once again, because he's now in trouble from Astro, I think that is. It is indeed Astro. We've got CMP there as well. In fact, let's go on board with CMP as he's watching this battle unfold ahead of him. He's going to be trying to make up some positions here, I'm sure. And look how close they are. If anybody gets a foot wrong, somebody's surely going to come a cropper. Thinks about a little move, has a little jink to the side, slots back in behind. And BX Royal has got onto the back of CMP as well, and you can see two cars in the background there. That is Capel and somebody else, I think. Auto Ration or Anonyma. We've lost another driver. However, Racing Green is still in control of this race. He's got a nice gap now, hasn't he, over the rest of the field. On hazard a guess, it's coming up to that magical pit stop window. He may have just about done it. He may be able to enter the pits and still emerge in first place. We'll have to wait and see. So Perry isn't too far off the back of Racing Green now. In fact, he's miles away. He's got a little bit of work to do to catch up to him, but he is on the racing hards. He has got Yannick for company. So even though Racing Green's managed to drop these two, they're still definitely trying to battle with each other. Yannick still trying to close that gap up ahead to McLaren. As I say, the McLaren, I think, a little bit better on the brakes than some of the other cars. I think that's where Perry's managing to keep that gap. I don't think Yannick's still in the slipstream range. He's trying to close that gap, but try as he might, he's just not there yet. Zico as well. Zico still struggling to get onto the back of the top three. Not got too far to go. We're slowly approaching the halfway mark of this race. Hopefully the PS5 will hold out for the duration. More importantly, hopefully it'll hold out for the Monday streams. I will continue to try and do them until the PS5 decides otherwise. I've given it a deep clean now. However, Viking Dog in a bit of no man's land now. He's got a bit of a gap up ahead to Zico's teammate, and also a nice bit of breathing space back to Tintin, who is being chased by Lattis now. Lattis all over his bumper. Lattis also being hounded by Kellen, and is that Astro? That's Astro as well in the shot. He was a lot closer before. He's dropped a couple of attempts. Tintin unable to pull away from this lot yet. He's managed to get the move done, but he's going to have to drive a bit of a defensive race, I feel, on the approach now to the pit stop, or to the pit window. In fact, I think looking at Tintin's mediums, he may choose to go in the next couple of laps. I don't think he's going to make the mediums last long enough to be able to take on a set of softs to the end, because we are on a 30 lapper, so you'd have to take him quite some distance. As Lattis looking like he may have the better line there out of turn one, gaining up the hill, now down the hill again through the windy S section. Really starting to put the pressure onto Tintin up ahead. Oh, and he has a moment. He's had a moment. He's lost the place. Now he's down to 8th place. Kellen manages to move up into 7th. Lattis now down to 8th. So Lattis maybe he's struggling a little bit on them tyres now. When will he choose to come in? Obviously the hards, you want to try and get the most that you can out of the hards. You want to try and take him to at least 15 or 20 laps. They should go for longer than the mediums. BX has now managed to make his way back up to 9th place as CMP gets the move done on Astro in the background. I think Astro may be serving a penalty as Capel. Yeah, Capel's gone through as well. Astro must have had a penalty. He's been testing a track limit somewhere. We've lost water really on. So that's another retirement in this race. We're now down to 13 drivers. That's 3 we've lost. Astro picks up another half a second penalty there. Struggling with that tyre where Racing Green has chosen to stay out for another lap. I think he's going to take him to around lap 15, 16, and then he's going to bin off the mediums. Definitely not losing too much time at the moment though, back to the hard runners. So we've got Perry still sat in 2nd place. Yannick has definitely closed that gap now. He's going to be picking up the toe of that McLaren. Will he be able to go for a move into the next braking zone? Not quite close enough this time round. He's going to close up though. He's got to look for a good exit, which he gets. Oh, Perry with a moment up ahead. I don't know how he managed to hold on to that car as Racing Green is now into the pits. Is Tintin going to follow him? So Perry becomes your new race leader. Yannick goes up into 2nd place. Zico is now in 3rd. Viking Dog up to 4th. When will Racing Green come out? So he didn't, in fact, get that magical pit stop window. He has been passed in the pits. His teammate is also in. I saw that. Tintin into the pits to get rid of their mediums. What compound will they go for next? So yeah, the fight at the front is starting to heat up a little bit now. Yannick has managed to close that gap. Can he retake the lead? He obviously started on pole. So what can he do here? This is going to be his best chance he's had for the last couple of laps. So closes right up to the back of the McLaren once again, but still unable to get it done. And in fact, Perry now into the pits. Yannick is going to stay out on that hard compound. He's going to become your new race leader. Or become race leader once again. So Perry looking like he might be taking on a set of hards now. And we've got Lattice into the pits as well. So your order as it stands at the moment, we've got Yannick still in to the lead of the race once again, obviously starting on pole. Zico is now up into second place. We've got Viking Dog flirting with third. CMP's there in fourth. We've got Capel now in fifth. Astro in sixth. Still yet to pit. Then Racing Green now in seventh. So he should surely go back into the lead of the race once the guys ahead of him serve their pit stops. Perry's out on a fresh set of mediums. We got Kellen on a fresh set of mediums. BX Royal, oh, he's gone into the pits as well. He's on a fresh set of mediums. He's emerged in 10th place. Lattice out on a fresh set of mediums now. Tintin on softs. Tintin, I don't think you're going to get them to the end of the race, buddy, but GG's, mate. You've got to give something a try. Anonyma on a fresh medium. So where was Racing Green? Yeah, he is on Racing Hards now. So maybe Tintin just not fancying the Racing Hards. Yannick is now into the pits, as is Viking Dog. Zico into the lead of the race. And we've seen the undercut is quite powerful around here. Is Astro, he's at the moment, is he? No, he's into the pits. That was Yannick, wasn't it? Yannick was in the lead of the race. Now Zico and Racing Green back up into second place now, so he will become race leader once again once Zico heads to the pits. Zico looking like he's trying to get the most out of them hards, probably opting for the softs, you would presume. We'll check him with Tintin in a minute. He went in the same time that Racing Green did, but he took on the softs. And I'm not convinced he's going to get them softs to the end, so maybe he's going to go for a second stop and take on a second set of softs. We'll have to wait and see. Nobody really close enough to cause Racing Green any trouble at the moment. Yannick back into third place now with Perry hot on his heels there in fourth. And there you go, Zico is now into the pits, so Racing Green will become a new race leader. We're going to stay on board with these two for a minute, because it looks like Perry might have an opportunity here. Is he going to get the opportunity to send it in that McLaren? Not this time round. He does close right up. Will he get the better exit? We saw he had that moment earlier, so maybe he's a bit tentative to get on the throttle. So there you go, Racing Green, new race leader, or race leader once again. Yannick back into second place. Perry is back into third. Zico coming out of the pits. Zico re-emerges in fourth place. He's gone for mediums, but they're going to be a lot less used than the guys ahead of him. What is he going to be able to do? Will he be able to get past these guys and maybe challenge Racing Green for the lead? Racing Green obviously on the hards. Who's that? Perry with 1.5 second penalty. Yannick with no penalty. That's taken Perry out of this race. Zico isn't going to have to work now to get onto the back of him. He might even get past him once he serves that penalty. He might be close enough. He's got his teammate not too far behind him, Viking Dog. Will Viking Dog help Zico, or will Viking Dog just try and get maximum points? Kellen now in 6th place with BX Royal up to 7th. So BX Royal making a charge in this second stint. He seemed a little bit hampered, didn't he, in the first stint on the hards. Didn't manage to make up too many positions. But he's now up 3 into 7th. What can he do on them fresh mediums? CMP now in 8th place. Capel is there in 9th after that moment earlier. Managed to make his way back to 9th. Tintin 10th. Anonyma in 11th. Being challenged now by Astro in 12th. Astro is looking for the move, isn't he? And he's going to get it done on the exit there. That was a great switchback. What can Anonyma do though? Can Anonyma retake that position into turn 1? I think Astro's just too far ahead. Yeah, just carries superior speed through turn 1. Anonyma has dropped a few temps now off the back. Oh, we've lost 3 drivers, haven't we? So Lattis now running in plumb last. Maybe he can salvage a few positions before the end of this race. He didn't have too bad a finish, did he, in the feature, in the sprint, sorry, so. And we've managed to make it to lap 19. Hopefully not jinxing it. But Racing Green still with a commanding lead at the moment on them hards. You see on the track map on the top right there, he's got to have a good, I think it's 12 to 15 seconds over the rest of the field. Closest person to him is Yannick. Yannick, who has now a healthy lead over Zico. Was it Perry that was up there before? I think Perry was behind Yannick, wasn't he? Perry must have had a moment somewhere. Zico is now into 3rd place and on that 3rd step of the podium. Can he close up to the cars ahead of him though? Perry actually closing up onto the back of Zico. Maybe them tyres have come into their window and he's starting to push once again. Perhaps he just got caught out on cold tyres. Although, did he serve a penalty? Somebody had a big penalty, didn't they? Yeah, maybe it was Perry. I think it was Perry, wasn't it? Perry with the 1.5 seconds, which has dropped him behind Zico. But he split the 2 Mazda teammates. So in a bit of a Mazda sandwich at the moment. Viking Dog fighting to try and get into that slipstream range. Kellen there in 6th place. Kellen's got a little bit of work to do as well. BX Royal, as I say, has made some headway now. He's up to 7th. CMP is there in 8th. We have his teammate Capel in 9th. Tintin is in 10th. Astro 11th. Anonyma maybe coming under the attention now of Lattis. What can Lattis do? Can Lattis maybe set up a move? He needs to try and salvage some positions, didn't he? He had a really good start. He was up to 4th place at one point. I think the tyre wear just maybe catching them out ever so slightly. The Mercedes is a very good car though, isn't it? And I do think I saw in the chat some of the guys calling it the meta car. I know it used to be, it definitely was on GT Sport. That and the M6 were just, yeah, very, very good all-round cars. Unbeatable on some tracks. I think, was that Anonymous serving a penalty ahead of Lattis? Lattis will get that move done now. Finally, he's been waiting, biding his time. He's up into 12th once again. Can he close the gap now to Astro, who is just over the crest of the hill, down into the final turn now, chasing Tintin down in 10th place. They have got a big gap ahead of them there, haven't they? Up ahead to Capel. Capel still trying to deal with that gap to his teammate CMP there. CMP is still trying to get on to the back of BX Royal. And what is the gap between BX Royal and Kellen? So you just see Kellen just up ahead in the shot. Oh, BX with half a second penalty. He's not going to catch him now. Not unless Kellen has a big moment somewhere. Look quite slow on the exit of that last turn. And if I sound a little bit congested, I think it's because we've got a dose of the hay fever today. Hopefully not too noticeable. Wait, so has Racing Green had a moment somewhere? That gap has come right down. You can see Yannick creeping into shot now. I think Racing's had a moment somewhere on them worn hard tyres. But his teammate Tintin, he's going to be struggling on the softs now, isn't he? We're on lap 23 of 30, so only 7 to go. Is he going to be able to make them softs last for 7 laps though? And Yannick is definitely closing now, isn't he? Look at that. You can see Racing Green once again. I say that gap was probably around 12 to 15 seconds, I think, before. It's probably come down to around 10, maybe 9. So it looks like with the advantage of the faster tyre, Yannick is starting to close on Racing Green, but are they going to last? While he's pushing and closing that gap, is it going to take too much of the life away from the mediums? We'll have to wait and see. And Zico, has he started to close? So he has, yeah. You can definitely see Yannick up ahead now. That's definitely going to give him the confidence to push. And he's pulled a bit of breathing space over his teammate behind in 4th place as well, who's now got Perry. Perry to do. Oh, he's managed to get past Perry. So Perry maybe having a moment somewhere. He was in between the two Mazdas, wasn't he? When we checked in before, Kellen, his teammate though, not far behind. So we've actually got the two Mazdas in 3rd and 4th, and the two McLaren in 5th and 6th. That's a turnout for the books. And then the leader in the Peugeot, 2nd place in the Porsche. That's going to be some good team points for them guys. So CMP still running in 7th place. BX has now finally got past Capel. BX had that half a second's penalty as well, didn't he? Oh, in fact, no, yeah, he's dropped behind CMP, hasn't he? He was on the back of Kellen, I believe. So he's now got to try and get back past CMP. He's only got 6 laps to do so. How many more positions can he salvage? So CMP having a good race at the moment, just keeping it nice and consistent. And Kellen as well, kudos to Kellen. Kellen are driving a really consistent race at the moment. Where was Tintin? We'll check back in with oh yeah, so we want to see Tintin's tyres. That was what we wanted. Oh yeah, so Tintin, he has had to stop again. He is on a fresh set of soft tyres. That might be the wrong strategy call for the Peugeot driver. His teammate still out on the hards and still in the lead of the race at the moment. I think that gap probably now around 7 seconds. And crucially, Zico actually starting to catch Yannick now, I think, as well. This might possibly turn into a three-way battle for first place. If they can close that gap to Racing Green, or if Racing Green has another moment somewhere. Who's in fact, yeah, so Zico's tyres actually look better than Yannick's at this stage as well. Zico obviously did stay out for as long as he could, didn't he? Or as long as he dared. And it looks to have paid off at the moment. Viking Dog still with a couple of seconds to his teammate up ahead now. Actually starting to drop into the clutches of Perry in the McLaren. Can Perry retake that 4th place? Capel looking a bit feisty now as well. I think he's well and truly tucked into the toe, into the slipstream of BX Royal up ahead. Whether he'll be able to get a move done or not though, I'm not sure. Lattis is now up to 11th. I think we sure we get that move done, didn't we? Tintin with the fastest lap. Aided by the low fuel and the fresher soft compound tyres. And it actually looks like Racing Green not losing too much lap time at the moment. It looks like he's actually managed to pull away a little bit. So perhaps he was on a cool down for a couple of laps and now pushing once again on them hards, because that gap was definitely closer before, wasn't it? Or it was when we last checked. I think he stretched it back up to around 7 or 8 seconds. It's probably down to around 6 at one point. Saying that he was slow through the exit there. Looks like Yannick may have pulled a couple of attempts back. Maybe even a second or two. Look at this. Have Racing Green's hards started to go off? And once again, it is looking like we've got a bit of clouds forming above the track. Maybe we're going to see some weather come into this race, but it is in the dying stages now. We're into the final 3 laps, so probably not going to be too much of a feature if it does come. I can't remember the last time we saw a wet race. So this is the penultimate lap. Yannick has got this one and one more to try and take the win in this race. He's looking pretty feisty at the moment. It does look like he is still closing to Racing Green. But Racing Green is no slouch, even on that hard compound tyre. He had such a beautiful gap before, didn't he? That gap is no more. A little bit of a slide on the exit there. He's definitely feeling the pressure now from Yannick in 2nd place. Where is... So if we go down a little bit. So BX Royal down to 9th now. Yannick has managed to... Capel, sorry, has managed to get back past BX Royal. Yannick may be able to go for a move now. Is he close enough? No, he's not on this occasion. Maybe. Will he get the better exit though? We've seen how good the drive out of the corners is on that Porsche. Racing Green's car, the Peugeot, was just squirming under throttle. The track temps are going to be starting to drop now. In fact, that was the penultimate ultimate. He's got 3 laps, or he had 3 laps at that stage. We're into the final 2 now. Oh, and Zico has closed the gap as well. Zico onto the back of Yannick now. I said it, didn't I? This could become a 3-way battle for 1st place. And on lap 29 now of 30, that does it like what it is going to become. Yannick even closer than he was on the previous lap. Will he be able to get the move done now into the bus stop? He's going to be, well, Racing Green is going to be having to go defensive, isn't he? He's holding the inside of the track. Is he going to hold that inside line, or is he going to stay on the outside? He's actually stayed on the outside there. That's allowed Yannick up the inside, but Racing Green does have the inside for the exit. Yannick looking for the switchback now. Not really a corner where you can, where it's too effective, but this one here maybe. As they got Zico hot on the heels now as well. Yannick tries, he might, still cannot find a way past Racing Green. Racing Green defending with all he's got. Yannick makes a slight error, that's brought him back into the clutches of Zico now. Is Zico going to be able to get a move done? He's going to be putting Yannick under some immense pressure. Yannick needs to get back onto the bumper of Racing Green and maybe try and take the move, but has he got enough left in the tank? These guys are going to be touch and go when they come up to the start finish as to how much fuel is left in the car. Have they judged it perfectly, or are they going to be running on fumes? So Yannick has managed to get back onto the bumper now of Racing Green. Will he have an opportunity? Come down to the bus stop for the final time in this race. We've got Zico there as well. The top three have broke away from the rest of the pack. You can see Viking Dog just coming into the shot there, and Perry just cresting the hill. So Yannick, Zico, he looked like he was going to have a cheeky move up the inside. He's not going to be able to get it done from that far back. That would have been the lunge of the century, but yeah, thinking better of it. I think he's going to go to this man here. This might be a superior strategy, and he managed to pull it off in this one. Racing Green takes the checkered flag there. GG Racing Green. Yannick takes second place. Zico in third. Viking Dog in fourth. Perry's going to come home in fifth. We got Kellen there in sixth. CMP in seventh. Capel takes eighth. And then we got BX Royal finishing in ninth place there. Astro will take 10th. Lattus, in the end, 11th place for Lattus, the debut driver. We got Anonyma now in 12th place. And Tintin is going to round out the field with that very, very late pit stop he went for to take them fresh set of softs on. That was an error, wasn't it, to go for the softs. He should have gone on to the hards, like his teammate, but maybe he wanted to try and make a bit more of an impact. He managed to take the fastest lap, so GG's Tintin. He finishes in 13th place. Well, that was it, guys. Kudos to Racing Green. That was a cracking race from him. Oh, and we can't get the standings up at the end there either, can we? Well, you saw the results anyway, and I'm sure you can go and have a look at the standings. I think they've been published. So that what a race that was, guys. I wasn't sure about Michelin Road Atlanta, but it did throw up some really good racing. There were some cracking battles all around the track. Obviously, we'll be back on Monday. We'll be live at 8 p.m. or around about 10 to 8. Is when we normally throw the stream up. We join the guys in practice, so yeah, join us then. I'll see you then. I've been your boy Vex. This has been the Aero League Racing's Tier 1 drivers in the GT7 Championship. This was round 5, season 18. Good night.